Be in the black. Be in the black. The company was in the black last quarter. Be in the black. Be in the mood for ing. Be in the mood for ing. I am in the mood for trying a new restaurant. Be in the mood for ing. Be in the red. Be in the red. The branch was in the red last year. Be in the red. Be irrelevant to. Be irrelevant to. That detail is irrelevant to the hiring decision. Be irrelevant to. Be known as. Be known as. The city is known as a technology hub. Be known as. Be known for. Be known for. The hotel is known for excellent service. Be known for. Be left unattended. Be left unattended. Bags should not be left unattended in the lobby. Be left unattended. Be likely to. Be likely to. The price is likely to rise next month. Be likely to. Be lined with. Be lined with. The street is lined with small cafes. Be lined with. Be made of. Be made of. The desk is made of recycled wood. Be made of. Be made up of. Be made up of. The group is made up of local volunteers. Be made up of. Be mounted on. Be mounted on. The screen is mounted on the wall. Be mounted on. Be on a trip. Be on a trip. The manager will be on a trip next week. Be on a trip. Be open for business. Be open for business. The store will be open for business tomorrow. Be open for business. Be oriented to. Be oriented to. The course is oriented to new employees. Be oriented to. Be owned by. Be owned by. The building is owned by a local investor. Be owned by. Be paid for. Be paid for. The repairs will be paid for by insurance. Be paid for. Be qualified for. Be qualified for. She is qualified for the supervisor position. Be qualified for. Be related to. Be related to. The delay is related to a shipping issue. Be related to. Be reluctant to do. Be reluctant to do. Employees were reluctant to change the schedule. Be reluctant to do.